Work on your character. Work on your character. We're living in a world where there is so much emphasis on what we wear, how we look, our hair, our makeup, and all of this stuff, but there isn't enough on our character. There isn't enough on our integrity, our dignity. There isn't enough on our inner person, our inner being. Like, really just think about who are you when no one is looking? Who are you when no one is looking? What are you like when no one is looking? How do you speak to people who are providing you service? I'm talking about the man who sweeps the street. I'm talking about the servant who brings you food at the restaurant. Are you mean? Are you nasty? Are you rude? What characteristics do you have? What values do you have? What are your non-negotiables? You've got to have non-negotiables. What do you stand for? Because if you don't stand for anything, you will just be like someone the wind just takes from A to B. You've got to know what you stand for. You've got to know what your values are. Do you have a price? Do you have a price? If they say, you know those videos where they'll be like, oh, would you slap your mum for, for $1 million? Like for $1 million. Would you slap your mum for $1 million? Would you though? Would you slap your mum for $1 million? Understand your personality. Understand your demeanor. How do you come across? How do you come across? Would you be friends with you? Are you a mean girl? Like, are you a meanie? Like, are you a mean person? Are you nasty? Are you a little bit of a bully? Understand why you do those things, because it might be a thing where you might not actually be a nasty person, but you might just be reenacting some of the things that were done to you and said to you. You might not actually be a bad person. You might not actually be a bully. Is it you just being an avoidant? You might not be rude. You might just be really avoidant. But being an avoidant is not an excuse to be rude and nasty to people. Just because you've been hurt, it doesn't mean that you have to be mean and nasty to people. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. If you don't want to speak to someone, then don't. And, I always put myself out there and I always say, okay, first of all, I'm not perfect. First of all, I'm not perfect. Yeah? Because you see my mouth? Lethal the Bizzle record. Boy, God is still working on me. Yeah? And the thing is, I'm not a mean person. I'm not a mean person, but I'm very assertive. I'm very assertive. And there's times where that could be viewed as this person's being mean, or this person's being rude or disrespectful. Understand the difference between being assertive and being rude. Are you assertive or are you just rude? Because you might think you're assertive, but you might actually be rude. Have you ever said something and someone said, who are you talking to? I'll put my hand up. Because I'm very stubborn, right? Guilty. I'm very stubborn, and sometimes I don't want to hear it. I'm not saying I'm a know-it-all, but at times I'm quite logical. And if something doesn't make sense, I'm going to tell you that it doesn't make sense. But sometimes it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. How are you saying things? How are you responding to things? How are you responding to people? I remember one time Someone asked me a simple question, It was a simple question. And I just gave them an answer just like that. And I had to catch myself and be like, whoa, where did that come from? Because I'm not mean. However, that response was very rude. That response was very rude. Like, it was giving, who are you talking to? Think about your responses. Think about how am I going to answer this question? If you're not ready to give a response, it's better for you to be silent. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning because there's times where if I'm asked a stupid question, I give a stupid answer. And now we're both looking at each other like, you asked a dumb question, so you're going to get a dumb answer. So reevaluate your attitude. Reevaluate your attitude. Like, and don't get me wrong, like I'm still working on me too. I'm still working on me, and it's like I'm still working on my character. I'm still working on my demeanor, my way of responding. Like, I'm learning to be quiet. I'm learning to just, sometimes I'm like, you know what? Not everything deserves an answer. Not everything deserves a response. Let me just, yeah? Your words have power. Your words have power. The way that you respond to people, it can really hurt. It cuts deep. Someone said to me one time, listen, your responses cut deep. Especially when you're not in a mood. Your responses cut deep. And I had to really, sometimes you just have to hold it. I really had to sit down and hold it and just be like, I don't want to come across that way. I don't want to be viewed like this. I don't want to be this person. I don't want to be like this. Because some people ask stupid questions. They do. Some people say some dumb stuff. But just because someone has said something dumb, it doesn't mean that you have to respond to them in a rude way, in a rude manner. Don't be rude. Don't be mean. And don't be cheeky. Don't be a know-it-all. Because at the end of the day, if someone was to speak to you like that, you wouldn't like it. So, again, it's about reevaluating. Go back to conversations that you've had with people and the feedback that you've gotten. And I've gotten some feedbacks and I'm like, oh, and I've spoken to people who have said, you're a bit scary. And I'm like, how so? I'm very approachable. I'm very sharp with the mouth. And I've had to bring it back and say, no ma'am. To whom much is given, much is required. I'm a speaker by nature. Like I communicate well. But I've been around people who that's not their thing. Communication is not their thing. And sometimes it's about patience. It's about patience. You need to be patient. You're not better than anyone. We're all learning. We're all growing. We're all developing. Some people are a little bit more behind and whatever. Like, we're here to help each other out. On this journey, on this personal development, personal healing journey. It's about holding each other's hands and just be like, okay, let's get through it together. So you can't be above approach. You can't be above correction. If you've done something wrong, hold your hand up and say, I've done something wrong. Forgive me. I'm sorry. And then change your behavior. Don't apologize and then carry on with the same behavior. Change. And be someone of your word, man. Don't say you're going to do something and then you don't do it. Because the more you do that, the more people lose trust. And it's like, oh, they're always promising, this person's always promising. They always promise, you're always promising things, but you never follow through. Don't say you're about something and then you're doing and then you're doing the opposite. Like there was a time where I stopped filming content because I had to reevaluate. I had to go back within myself and be like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? So go within yourself and ask yourself those questions. Ask yourself those questions. What am I doing? What's my character saying? Am I mean? Am I disrespectful? Am I horrible? Am I a trustworthy person? Am I a loyal person? Are you loyal? Are you patient? And loyalty is not just about when everything is going right. Loyalty is about even when things are not going right. Even when you don't talk to someone no more. Just because you don't talk to someone, it doesn't mean that you have to chat them. You don't talk to them. You don't talk to them. Cool. That's them. They're doing their thing. You're doing your own thing. Evaluate. It's a process. It's a process. And even myself, I'm still working on myself. It's literally a journey. It's a journey. It's a process. And yeah, you know, there's no destination. There isn't like, yeah, I'm here now. I have this great character now. I have this great persona. And you know what? Don't get me wrong. It's not about you being a people pleaser at all. It's about you getting to a place where you're like, I like who I am now. I like the person I am now. Because sometimes you might be totally the opposite, where you've been someone who everybody wants you to be. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? How do you want to be perceived? The way that I move, you can't walk over me. You can't walk over me. You can't come and chat to me anyhow. I'll buy you out, fam. I will buy you out, fam. I'm not that people pleaser that I used to be. I'm not gonna say something just to make you feel good about yourself. I'm not gonna stroke your ego. I'm not gonna stroke your ego. Wrong is wrong. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you've done something wrong, it's wrong, and I'll tell you. But if I've done something wrong, I'm not above approach. I'm not above correction. I'm not above, you know, getting a talking to. Have people around you that will let you know, yo, sis, what are you doing? What are you doing? How did we get here? How did we get here? You know? Thank you for watching this video. I'm your personal development coach, C-Positivista. Subscribe to this channel if you enjoy this type of content, and I will see you on the next one, where we will continue to hold each other accountable. Up in here. I'm still working on it. I'm working on it. It's my attitude. It's my attitude. And gone are the days like you can't keep blaming trauma. You can't keep blaming trauma. It's either you're healed and you're moving forward, or you're still stuck in the past, in the trauma, in your old ways. I'll see you in the next video.